Hello and welcome to the mini course on the second virial coefficient. This is a course where we're going to really focus in on that second virial coefficient as the bridge between the intermolecular potentials and the macroscopic thermodynamic properties of materials. It will be a fairly high level. We're going to draw on ideas from thermodynamics and mechanics and calculus. So if you haven't had that, I think you can still get some stuff out of this course, but it really is designed for those of you who have had that. I'm Darren Olness. I'm in the chemistry department at Concordia College, and this is in Moorhead, Minnesota in the United States. And I have taught for 25 years or so in physical chemistry, physics, chemistry, neuroscience even, and I've been lucky to have a life in science that has allowed me to explore a lot of different areas, and I think I owe so much of that to my training in physical chemistry, because physical chemistry allows you to understand nature in a very deep way. And so I've developed this YouTube channel called the GNL Project after G.N. Lewis and his famous quote that's in pretty much every physical chemistry book, that physical chemistry is everything that's interesting. And I view that in a very expansive way, that with training in physical chemistry and understanding nature at that level, it gives you a platform to study really anything that you find interesting. Okay, so the thrust of this course is going to be 5 lectures. It's possible that later on down the line I'll add some lectures to this playlist, but the basic core of it are these 5 lectures, where we'll jump into the virial series, truncate that to the second virial coefficient, and then we'll look at some pairwise potentials in lecture 2. So we're going to go through here to catalog all the major potential energies of interaction. Now, of course, there's really any, you're free to make up any, but these are the ones that appear in the chemistry literature a lot and are often used. Then we're going to carefully derive the second virial coefficient from statistical mechanics, and then we will apply then the pairwise potentials to the second virial coefficient here in lecture 4. This is going to be kind of a long lecture. We're going to kind of catalog all of these and get the expression for B for all of the various potential models. And then in 5, we will be able to connect the second virial coefficient to the thermodynamic properties. So Helmholtz free energy, internal energy, entropy, chemical potential. We'll look at fugacity and the relationship between real gases and ideal gases based on the fugacity and the fugacity coefficient, and how that's related to the second virial coefficient. All right. You don't need references, you don't need books for this, but the key references that I used were first Hirschfelder, Curtis, and Bird, which is just a monumental tour de force of a work. So if you're a young physical chemist and you're trying to build your library, I would keep an eye out for this book. If you were to work through this book, which is, of course, a monumental task, and I certainly haven't, I think if a person had the time to work through this, they would have the foundation to do anything really in physical chemistry. Then the second book this is my favorite book in statistical mechanics. It's what I learned my statistical thermodynamics from, and my statistical mechanics in at Cornell. And so it's Donald Macquarie, 1976, Statistical Mechanics. And then the last of this is a very small book by Ben Whittam, Statistical Mechanics, A Concise Introduction for Chemists. I actually took my second course in statistical mechanics from Ben Whittam at Cornell. And here he is on the short list for Nobel Prize, and yet he was so prepared for lecture that he did the entire year with only bringing in one sheet of paper on one day. So he just took us through all the derivations in a very coherent way, and so I've tried to emulate that in my teaching as well. All right, so this is again looking at this key player, the second virial coefficient, when we're talking about gases, and how to link, how do physical chemists take the macroscopic stuff we observe in the laboratory and gain insight into the intermolecular forces and potential energies amongst molecules. So glad to have you here, and we'll get started.